Good afternoon, Ovation Nation, and welcome to another Pokemon Sword and Shield leak video. Now, today's leak is a little different because it was leaked by the Pokemon company themselves. As you can see, this is on the official Pokemon Sword and Shield website, and I thought it was interesting, and it's spawning a lot of controversy on the internet, so I did want to talk about it because I do think that it's interesting. I want to get my 2 cents on it. What are we looking at here? Now, immediately from what we see, we are looking at blank Pokemon, fighting type, blank height. I guess they don't want to give away the height. It might give away what Pokemon it is. It weighs 257 pounds. So this is a heavy mother, and its ability is steadfast. Now, what we're looking at officially is a new fighting type Pokemon. Now, a lot of people are saying that this looks like a Cubone. There are some people saying, most of the people are agreeing this is the SIRFETCH'D evolution that we were all talked about, that it was mentioned in the May 24th leak, which was already proven to be confirmed. So there's a lot of speculation about what this Pokemon is. From what we can see and from what we know here so far, it is a pixelized thing. It's a glitched mon. Now, here it also mentions only blank that can survive, that have survived many, but only this Pokemon, whatever it is, have survived many battles can attain this blank. When this Pokemon's blankers, it will retire from combat. Okay, so this is a new fighting type Pokemon. It is just base fighting type, which is why, you know, the whole SIRFETCH'D thing might not be 100%, because if SIRFETCH'D was going to be a thing, wouldn't it have to be flying type too? I mean, I'd think it is. And on top of that, it weighs 250 pounds. Like, I can't imagine Farfetch'd weighed 250 pounds. But you know what? There's a lot of reason behind why people think this is Farfetch'd. And personally, my opinion, I'll let you guys know at the end of the video. I want to know your opinions. Do you think this is Farfetch'd evolution? Do you think this is SIRFETCH'd? Do you think this is Cubone? Do you think this is, what do you guys think this is? Do you think it's just a new Pokemon altogether? I want to know what you guys think. Now, here's why people are saying it does look like SIRFETCH'd, because if you take this image, I mean, from just looking at this image so far, what I see some type of a rabbit or a rodent with 2 ears throwing a spear. That's what I see. You could interpret this as feet. You can interpret this as a face. This is his eyes. Maybe it's turned this way, so you only see one eye. And then this can be interpreted as a spear. But the thing is, this looks a lot like a leek, like an L-E-E-K-E. No, L-E-E-K, like the kind of leek that Farfetch'd holds, like this thing, the stick. Now, if you turn it on its side, you can kind of get a kind of a SIRFETCH'D feel, because you can see a shield, you can see it's holding the leek, but this is what throws me off. Is it like not be, I mean, you can kind of see 2 feet right here. This is what throws me off. Why the heck is it wearing sunglasses? Why is SIRFETCH'D wearing sunglasses? Well, that's just my thought process behind it. People are saying, oh, it could just be the extension of its eyebrow taken. This looks like a lot better interpretation of what we're seeing of a potential Farfetch'd evolution, or SIRFETCH'D, or whatever you want to call it. I like this design more. This I can definitely see happening. It definitely does resemble this a lot more in comparison to, you know, that one, but I do like this image a lot. And on top of that, something like this can also be possible. This is super interesting because this one uses the shield as its tail, so it can pull up its tail, and it kind of does have that masked look. It's not necessarily sunglasses, rather just like a masked face, which is interesting as well. But then there's this one that kind of shows like what I was talking about, kind of like, I don't want to say it's Scorbunny, even though technically we did read that Scorbunny's final evolution is apparently fighting only. People up until this day were just assuming it was a typo. People were just assuming that maybe he meant fire only. Who knows? Maybe it is fighting only, for God's sake, guys. Maybe this is Scorbunny, but I don't know. I don't think that's the case, because why would they release one evolution without releasing other evolutions? That just seems kind of silly. And on top of that, Steadfast isn't Blaze. The ability would be Blaze if it were a starter. I mean, that's just kind of like the thought process behind it. But it just sounded something interesting that I wanted to mention, because I did find this and I did think it was funny. But Now, a few people said it's Cubone. You can obviously the resemblance between Cubone because it does have a stick. It's holding some type of a stick, and also does look like it has a mask on its face because the top is white while the bottom is green. Like, you can interpret this as an arm and these as feet, and that like as like no tail, kind of like a Cubone has. Very similar body type to Cubone. Cubone only weighs 14 pounds, so I don't think it'd be Cubone, but at the same time, Farfetch'd only weighs 33 pounds. Like, to weigh 250 pounds, that's a big mon. Are you like, you'd have to think that it was a big mon, or maybe, you know, it's just Sirfetch'd holding a shield. Maybe the shield weighs that much, but like that weight proportion is what's throwing me off, because that weight proportion is super relevant to like the kind of Pokemon that it's gonna be. Because for something to jump from like, you know, 15 pounds, 30 pounds to 250, that has to be an evolution. I don't think that's just gonna be a form change. I can't imagine they're gonna make, you know, a Galar form be, you know, almost 4 times heavier, or 5 times heavier than the original form. That kind of seems a little bit out of the ordinary, but that's just my interpretation of it. I personally, actually, let's look at, before I even say anything, let's go ahead, look at Steadfast just to see what Steadfast does, because it's not like the most common ability in the world. You see like a lot of fighting types have it. Actually, you have like Hitmontop, Machamp, Lucario, Gallade, etc. all have it. So what it does is it raises the speed each time the Pokemon flinches. It's an okay ability. It's not out of, you know, out of control broken or anything, but it's good. It's definitely not terrible. It's nice to have on Pokemon. Sadly, both Farfetch'd don't get this and Cubone don't get this, so that just doesn't even bring credence to either one of these Pokemon. The only issue I'm having is that we don't know what this is. People are saying Farfetch'd. People are saying Sirfetch'd. Personally, I think it's this, and I think that it's its own thing. I want to say that it's its own thing. Like, it's its own Pokemon. It's a new Pokemon. I mean, granted, I understand how there's resemblance to both Cubone and Farfetch'd, but that doesn't have to mean that it's technically related to them. Simply because this weight thing is throwing me off, this typing thing is throwing me off, and just these proportions in general. Obviously, they're going to reveal this Pokemon sooner rather than later. Why else would they go ahead and, you know, put this on the website? I'll leave this link down below for anyone that wants to check it out, but I want to know what you guys think, and I wanted you guys to know that this even exists, because maybe some of you don't know it exists. It kind of did go up very early in the morning. I wasn't able to make a video on it earlier in the day, but I'm here now. So I want to know what you guys think. What do you think this is going to be? Do you think this is a Farfetch'd, another Pokemon, a Cubone, a Score Bunny for all I know, or do you think it's just a completely new Pokemon all on its own, and people are just going out of proportion, out of, you know, people are just going above and beyond to, you know, try to see something that's not there? Personally, that's kind of my opinion. But with that said, I'm OVATION. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, like and comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and peace out.